Ace. All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm echoing great. Do you hear my echo, Ace?
Not bad. Not at all.
All right, well, we're here. What's
Play that
going
little
on,
hook.
everybody?
Jesse,
Huff, you here with
I have an
us?
iPhone 15 Pro. How about we toss it on mine?
No. What's going on, everybody? We're here for NFL Week 1 Sunday live stream. Going to be a good one here this week. I know I'm excited for it. Huff and Ace here with me. Mackie taking a little sabbatical from the episode this week. But what else you got for us, boys? Nice to have you here. Ace, why don't you get us going?
Yeah, I mean, we're ready to roll here. We're in week 1. It's only a few hours away now. We've been waiting for this moment since the end of the Super Bowl. It feels like it took forever to get here, but here we are. It's a crazy week 1 slate, too. I mean, there's no gimme locks, no gimme picks. We've gone in, dove in, and found our best ones for you that we're going to give to you on the pod and on our social media today. But there's some great matchups all across the board. A lot of unanswered questions that we're going to get some answers to today. I'm excited to get rolling. Huff's rolling in the cart right now. I wonder if he's ready to get going on the stream here. But the Yinzers are ready. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Yeah, what's going on? We're back for some football.
Huff,
I don't know
can't
if
hear
you can't hear me?
I can.
You can? Okay.
Yeah, I'm unmuted. So, what's going on? We're back for some football. Week 1. We got some 5 games picked out, some mortal locks like everyone loved last year that we were hitting on pretty good. I'm excited to get into it.
Yeah, so like Huff said, we got the mortal locks and our team parlay coming through at the end of the podcast. But we got 5 games we want to dive into first. I know you guys saw our Thursday and Friday reactions that we pre-recorded after our podcast on Wednesday. Rang pretty true. I mean, that Chiefs and Ravens game lived up to the hype, coming down to a toe at the last second. Jesse and Huff cashing the under by a toe. So that was awesome to see. I was positive units in that game, was positive units again on Friday with Saquon Barkley finding the end zone. I think a lot of these new toys for these offenses are going to find the end zone as well in these games here this Sunday. But Jesse, let's get into this Sunday slate. We got a lot here at 1 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Tons here at 1 o'clock. Starting out here, Jaguars and Dolphins, 1 o'clock in Miami. Dolphins, the favorite here, 3.5 points for them. Over under at 49.5 and Jaguars money line at plus 150. We're seeing a lot of the money here on Miami, 72% on the plus or minus 3.5. But Ace, what do you think about this matchup here?
Yeah, I mean, initially you see this, you're like, oh, Miami, after the year they had last year in the regular season with that Mike McDaniels offense that's so high flying, you think, oh, this is automatically a Dolphins win. However, those Jaguars are a very valiant team. A lot of people are putting their money on the Texans to go take that South. Trevor Lawrence has won that South before. He's got Doug Peterson as a coach. He's got some new toys with Gabe Davis and Brian Thomas Jr., the rookie, to go alongside Christian Kirk. One of the best tight ends in the league in Evan Engram and Travis Etienne. That defense on the other side, Josh Hines-Allen, older in the secondary a little bit. They got Campbell and Cisco, a few more names on that back end. Oloquan's one of the best linebackers in the league. Shout out to Chance Galucci, though. He is down at this game today, going down wearing the Larry Sonka jersey to see this Dolphins-Jaguars game. My favorite play in this one is the over. I think Tyreek Hill has a great game as well, and then I think both quarterbacks are able to put points up. They both have a 3-headed monster at receiver with Waddle, Hill, OBJ. I don't know if he's in or not. And then you have, like I said, Thomas Jr., Kirk, and Gabe Davis. I think there's going to be a lot of points for both sides. Both quarterbacks throwing at least 2 touchdowns each. Both sets of running backs getting in. I'm going to go with Mostert over a chain. A lot of people love a chain. I think he might be a little dud here this week. I like Mostert to get in, led the league in touchdowns last year. And I also like ETN to get in. So you got 2 through the air for each team, 1 on the ground, and it's going to come down to who can get more boots through the field goal posts. I think it's going to be a close one. I got the Dolphins winning 31-28, but let me know what you guys are thinking on this one. Huff, why don't you jump in with your takes on this Dolphins-Jaguars heater?
Yeah, I've kind of gone back and forth on this game. I feel like I'm the highest on this Jaguars team out of the 4 of us. I said that to Mackie last week. He kind of, let me hear it about that. He's not big on the Trevor Lawrence or anything the Jaguars are cooking up down there in Jacksonville. With that being said, I do think the Dolphins handle business today. Hard Rock's going to be buzzing. It's week 1. Tyreek Hill, like you said, all the new toys. I know everyone's really excited for A-Chain this year. I think Mostert will still be that goal line bell cow. When they need a 2 or a 3 yard touchdown, they're going to go to Mostert. They're not going to trust Achane with that, I don't think yet. I think he's the more electrifying player. Taking props on him is going to be similar to last year, whenever I was big on Jahmyr Gibbs and all of his props, and then David Montgomery would come in and steal the touchdown. I think it's going to be a very similar situation in Miami. I'm on the Dolphins today, not betting it, but I do think they'll handle business.
Yeah, Huff, I'm right there with you. I do think they're able to handle business too. I think it's going to be a lot closer though. I'm with you on those Jaguars. I think they're going to be pesky in the AFC South this year. Trevor Lawrence, hopefully he's healthy. He needs to have a rebound year.
Sneaky wild card team.
That whole AFC South is going to be in contention. I like all four of those teams down there. I think the Titans are even going to surprise. They're going to be in a nice shootout. We'll get to that game shortly. But I think Lawrence is able to bounce back to his college Clemson glory days. He's got everything he needs all around them. If I were to give you some advice in a fantasy lineup, I would sit my Jaguars receivers, Davis, Kirk, and Thomas Jr. I think they're all going to be good this year. Keep them on the bench this week till we figure out their workload and how many targets they're seeing each game.
Did
but
you
I think
say Ingram?
Yeah, Ingram, I'm going to fire up. I'm going to fire up Evan Ingram for sure. I think he's going to have a good game. I think he finds pay dirt. I don't know which one of the wide receivers gets in, but one of them will as well. I got ETN, Ingram, and one of those trio getting in. On the other side, I got Mostert, I got Hill, I got Waddle. I think they're going to get in. Shady Jonnu Smith, a nice pickup by the Dolphins going there as a tight end. Didn't have great success with the Patriots. Looked decent in spots with the Atlanta Falcons. But I think there's going to be a lot of points here. Chance Galucci, we're right with you. We think there's going to be a lot of points. That over 48.5, whatever, is way too low. I think there's going to be over 50 points in this game. But this Battle of Florida is going to be a good one. Also, in the chat, make sure you're hitting us with some of your betting questions, some of your fantasy lineup questions. We'll get those answered for you wherever you are. But, Jessica, let's get into this next game.
Yeah, totally agree with you here, Ace. And Chance, I like the over as well. It's definitely going to be one of my plays on my card today. But Dan coming in, big bet, each team to score 1+ rushing touchdown in the 1 o'clock slate here today. Plus 40,000 on FanDuel. Yeah, but like Ace said, please let us know of any plays that you got going on today, any locks, any fantasy questions, anything like that. We got Sam on Huff's camera right now. I don't know if you can hear us. He's looking. Oh, he's peeking, giving us the look. But lots of good stuff there from Greensburg Country Club for the boys. But let's keep moving along here. Move on to this next game. The Titans in the Bears, another 1 o'clock matchup here. Bears, the favorite at home, -4, total 44.5. Titans money line +165. Lots of good anytime touchdown score prices on this game. But again, a lot of money here on the Bears. MGM reporting 81% of the money on the Bears. Ace, what are you thinking about this one?
Yeah, I mean, this is actually a pretty exciting matchup. Last year, these two teams were bottom dwellers big time. But you got Caleb Williams and Will Levis. I know Levis is in his second year here, but these are new face quarterbacks for these franchises. They both have a lot of options to throw to. I think DeAndre Hopkins is going to be a go with that MCL, sprain, tear, whatever he called it. Crazy to see he's going to be in the lineup this week. But you got Hopkins. You've got Calvin Ridley. They've got Treylon Burks. They have Tony Pollard and Tyjae Spears splitting carries down there. Chigozimo Okonkwo, one of my brother's favorite tight ends in the league, probably for the name more so, and me overdrafting him in fantasy last year. But that defensive side of the ball kind of worries me a bit. Pretty young group for the Titans. Then on the other side is the Bears. I mean, the sky is the limit with this offense. You have Keenan Allen. You brought him in. You gave the bag to DJ Moore to keep him around. Drafted Rome Odunze in the first top 10 picks. They got Caleb Williams, the franchise quarterback. I know a lot of people are kind of iffy about him being a little zesty on and off the field, but on the field, he gets the job done. He's been that top primetime quarterback for a while. I think he's going to have success here in the NFL. The rookie of the year is his to lose. They have DeAndre Swift in that backfield. He's got Roshan Johnson and Khalil Herbert behind him too. So that rushing attack is going to be very nice to watch. Cole Kmet was a top pick at tight end. Maybe he's able to resurface his career with Caleb Williams under center. I think the Bears are going to get this done. However, I don't think they cover that 4-point spread. I think it's a close matchup once again. I like the over once again. I think that big arm of Will Levis is going to put some touchdowns in the air. I think he throws 2 today. Maybe one of those Titans running back gets in. I don't think so. I'm going to say 2 from Levis with a couple field goals. They're going to put up 20. I got the Bears putting up 27, I'll say, with a late touchdown to win it. Actually, that might have them covering, but it's going to be risky. Maybe 24-20, maybe 27-20. I think Caleb Williams finds Keenan Allen in the end zone. A lot of people sleeping on him. They love DJ Moore. They love Rome, but Keenan Allen is that red zone target that they went and paid that money for. I know he's a little bit older, but fire him up this year. Fire him up in your lineup. I think Caleb Williams is going to have a strong year in fantasy as well. I've got the Bears winning this one, but Levis and the Titans looking solid in their new season debut this year.
Huff, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think the Titans, the money on the Bears is kind of scaring me in this game.
Same, yeah, I agree.
My mortal lock of the week, we'll get to that in a little bit. I do have the first half to go under. I do love that play. I think both of these young offenses will have some growing pains. I look at the under, and I look at the Titans to cover the 4 points in this one.
Yeah, I like that play with the under in the first half there. I think it starts off slow with the new offenses. However, I think it picks up in the second half. So that full game total, I would be a little weary about it. I think it does go over late. I'm going to look for some broken play touchdowns. That big arm of Will Levis really has me thinking that they're going to get in the end zone with that. I think Calvin Ridley or D-Hop are able to find a long reception for a touchdown. Coming in first week always seems like advantage offense over defense. Yeah, that's one thing I think to think about. But the other thing is, will there be a lot of penalties? Probably. We saw a lot of flags on that Thursday night game, the Friday game. Sloppy week one play, a lot of drop passes, a lot of punts I'm expecting. However, these two games that we went over earlier, I like a lot of points in both of them. I think both have stronger offenses than defenses. I don't think there's anything to write home about in Tennessee on the defensive side of the ball. No more Mike Vrabel. That's another thing to look into. It's pretty interesting to me. I thought he was a pretty good coach, and he's out there on the waiver wire still. Yeah, so it's gonna be a good game here. I expect a lot of fireworks from these young offenses, but neither of these two teams are going to be on my board today.
1 second. Alrighty, good stuff, boys. Here, for me, I don't have any play on this game, but
It'll be a fun one to watch. I don't think this is the one you want to bet on, though.
right, you get to see.
I could see a Caleb Williams rushing touchdown. I don't know about you. Maybe just to electrify his Rookie of the Year odds.
I was just gonna say you might see him do something crazy today. You might see, I don't know, the Titans come out and put
Levis throw a bomb with the Mayo. He's got the Mayo cologne now. I mean, he's going to be wearing that on the field, so he's not getting sacked in the backfield. No one's going to want to take him down. But, yeah, that defense on the Bears side, they added a lot of pieces in trading free agency the last 1 to 2 years. So I'm eager to see if they can actually put that together, but I don't have anything huge for that side of the ball for them.
I forgot about the Mayo shit. Oh my God.
Well, Levis.
Yeah, but going to be an interesting game here at 1 o'clock here in Chicago. And we're real excited for that one. Just
I
like
don't-
every.
I don't know if any of our followers care, but I just chipped in to win a hole if anyone cares.
Woo! Go Huff.
No money on that one, sadly.
It was nasty. Had to say it.
Chance Galucci saying offense all weekend over everywhere. I totally agree with that. It's going to be a lot of offense, a lot of points here this week. A lot of the trends and stuff we're pointing at the over for a lot of these games, a lot of these teams. So lots to keep in mind for your bets this week. But our next game here, 1 o'clock, another one here, Cardinals and Bills in Buffalo, New York.
Cardinals jersey on.
Oh, yeah. Love it, Ace. And then, so Bills here are the favorites, 6.5 points, just shy of a touchdown there. Total at 46 even. Cardinals money line at plus 240. Showing here 91% of the money of the money line bets are on the Bills, and 65% of the spread bets are on the Bills as well. So again, we're following that. Lots of action on some of these on one side of these games. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think here. Huff, do you want to get us going?
Yeah. In this matchup, I love the Cardinals. I think I saw it go up to 7 points. It was 6.5. Obviously, you said the money splits the way they are. I look at this Cardinals team to be young and kind of pesky this season, especially early on. I'm not big on their head coach. I am big on the quarterback and the wide receiver. I like James Conner. Obviously former Steeler. I still think he has something left in the tank that he can give to this young team. McBride. I'm on the Cardinals today. Give me the 7 points.
Yeah, Huff, you say that Cardinals team is pesky. I'm wearing this Cardinals jersey for a reason. Do I think they're able to get the win this week? Yes. Would I bet on them too? No. Not going to bet aside in this one. That Josh Allen team on the other side. Josh Allen, second best quarterback in football. Anthony Big Hoss, you're watching this, you're going to be like, oh, Lamar Jackson is. Well, we're going to go with Josh Allen just because it's consensus. Number 2, Joe Burrow fans, you can be mad as well.
Kincaid first touchdown in this game.
Yeah, if he can find the end zone, that'd be nice. Didn't find the end zone very much last year. Very low touchdown count. But without their top receptions last year, losing Diggs, losing Davis, you got to think Kincaid fills that void. Josh Allen told the Bills brass to draft him early. They did. They went and got him. He came on in the second half of the season, averaging double-digit targets a game. I think he's going to have a big reception prop game, and I think he's going to boom that touchdown total up so people like me can't be saying, well, he didn't find the end zone last year. This is the year he has to do it. Dawson Knox, a little bit more of a backseat, and we also have a lot of targets to go around without those mouths to feed. They brought in Curtis Samuel. They have Keon Coleman. They have Khalil Shakir. I think they're all going to see the rock. I think Keon Coleman comes on towards the end of the season against a weak Cardinals defense. They should be able to put points up. On the other side of the ball, I like the Cardinals. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. finds the end zone in his debut. I think he has a lot of catches. That's my parlay leg. I think he has over 5.5. I think he has a big year. I have the Kyler Murray jersey on for a reason. I think he has a rebounding bounce back season this year. People writing him off when he was one of the top picks in the draft. Could have went and played baseball, but he stuck to football, and it's going to be for the right reason. They got that young coach down there as well. I think that Michael Wilson on the outside with MHJ is going to be nice. James Conner doing his thing, former Pittsburgh guy, I believe former Penn State guy for you, Jesse, as well. He might be finding the end zone as well. One of the more underrated, went to Pitt, Pennsylvania guy nonetheless. One of the more underrated running backs in the league. He gets it done through the air and the ground. And then everybody's high on McBride. I would fire up Connor. I'd fire up McBride. I'd fire up MHJ. And if you have Kyler as your QB1, don't be weary of this Bills defense. They lost a lot in the offseason. That secondary, very weak and young. No more Tre'Davious White. No more a lot of these names out there. I think the Bills are able to squeak out a win. And it's funny, there are some games I like the under. We're not talking about my Patriots game. That one's going to go under. But we're talking about these big, high-flying offenses. I think this game goes over as well. I can see Josh Allen running one in himself. If you have James Cook, get him in there. We expect a big workload for him. His usage has to go up as well. Kincaid, Cook, Allen on that side of the ball. Maybe Keon Coleman if you're reaching. That's a boomer bust prospect. And then for the Cardinals, like I said, Kyler, Trey, MHJ, and Connor. I think the over here is the best play in this game. I think a Marvin Harrison Jr. reception prop over yards. I'm going to go with a touchdown as well. Those are my favorite ones, but I think this is going to be a great game. I think this Cardinals offense is primed to make a push for a wild card. Sneaky sleeper team for me this year. But it should be a good one.
Heck yeah. Lots of good stuff here out of this game. We got some questions here from the chat. Someone from TikTok asking, should I put Malik Neighbors or Chris Godwin on my flex here for my fantasy this week? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Chris Godwin here. I think he's more of a bona fide pick. I know Malik Neighbors, you spent some big draft stock on him, just like the Giants did, but I am not invested in this New York Giants offense at all. Daniel Jones, Danny Pennies, not Danny Dimes. He's brutal. I think Malik Neighbors' target share is going to be pretty high, even in week one, even though it's unknown. Fire him up if you're in a PPR league and you're really reaching, you want some safe points, but he's going to be getting a lot of those swing passes on the outside, and he's going to have a lot of yak after it. Is he able to do it? Yes. Does he do it in week one? I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of coverage thrown his way without anybody else really on that Giants offense. Meanwhile, Chris Godwin, we know him and Baker Mayfield have the connection. Fire up Chris Godwin while he's healthy. When he is healthy, he's one of the best in the league. Gets a lot of hamstring, leg injuries, so you might want to keep him later in the year. You might see him questionable out of some games, but week one, when he's healthy, fire him up against a weak Washington team. In the 4:00 slate too, not a lot of guys going in that one. Give me the Chris Godwin play there. I think he's a PPR target hog as well. More bona fide stud. Neighbors will come along later in the year, but for this week, start it up with Godwin.
Love it. Some more stuff here. Somebody asking picks for Rams Lions, player picks too. We will be reviewing the Sunday Night Football game here shortly, so just stick with us here. A couple parlays in the chat. B.O. John Robinson, anytime touchdown. Joe Mixon, anytime. Calvin Kamara, anytime, plus 73, boosted to 1108. Damn.
Yeah, I actually love that play. The only one I'm going to stay away from, and it's crazy to see, is with the Yinzers taking a Bijan Robinson anytime touchdown. Kind of scared to go against that Steelers defense. I don't know. I could see a lower scoring game there. It's tough to get in the end zone. Steelers, I'm not high on them this year, but I am high on their defense being stout. I do think Joe Mixon and Kamara again, and I love the two of them. Maybe you take out that Bijan leg, play a little bit safer, and find Mixon and Kamara and finding pay dirt in games that their team should win.
I agree with that. We got Lays typing out Eagles before he even got to the end of it.
Eagles taking the win out in Brazil. I mean, taking out Jordan Love's legs too. So I have a little bit of a vendetta against you guys right now. But Saquon Barkley is a Philadelphia Eagle, in case you missed it. The hat trick on Friday, speaking volume to who he is.
Awesome. Yeah. Please, like Dan is, like everybody is, send in your plays, send in your parlays for the day. We'd love to read them. Saquon for MVP. It's not a terrible call. He did have a starlight day there.
Hat trick.
Yeah. Just mad. But here, let's keep moving here. Cowboys and Browns here.
Ooh, I love this one.
4 o'clock matchup here. Browns are our favorite, 2.5 points for them. Total at 41. Browns money line minus 130. Cowboys plus 110. Very close game in terms of the spread, the money line. Cowboys are taking the amount of spread bets here. 70% of the money on the spread there. 70% on the money line as well. And the over is favored at 80% to 20. So definitely looking forward to that. Huff. And somebody's asking how you're golfing. Can you give us a little report on your score before you say what's going on with this game?
We're currently down 2 through 5. Not my best. Alex is playing some serious golf.
Nice.
We're scratching back. We're scratching and clawing. We get a stroke on the next hole. looking to win one here. Yeah, but I'm excited for this Cowboys-Browns game. A little more exciting than anyone else that wants to watch my golf game. You'll get a little more entertainment out of this matchup between two top defenses in the NFL. Ace, sing the song for me because I'm all over the Dallas Cowboys. Mackey's favorite song in the world. What is it?
Oh, what is it? The Deep in the Heart of Texas
Deep
song?
in the Heart of
Yeah.
Texas. Let's get an audio clip of that in here as long as we don't get copyrighted because I'm all over the Cowboys today.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is I am too. The last time I heard that song, we were standing in Dallas Cowboys AT&T Stadium, whatever the hell you call it. Jerry World is what I'm going to call it. But my Patriots got trounced 38-3 or something like that, and I heard that stupid song playing all day long. Well, I think it's going to be playing down there in Texas today, even though the game is in Cleveland. I think that the Cowboys on the money line is great value. I don't understand why people don't think the Dallas Cowboys are going to be good this year. They have CeeDee Lamb. They have Dak Prescott. I know they don't have a great running back, but Zeke's going to find Pater. I think he might even get in the end zone today. But I think that Dak's going to have another big year in a contract year. I think he's going to push for an MVP, actually, and I think he's going to push that NFC East. A lot of people high on these Eagles, rightfully so. All-star lineup, video game roster. But the Dallas Cowboys are regular season heroes. If there's ever a chance for them to get it done, it will be in the regular season. This Browns team, I don't know. Deshaun Watson kind of iffy coming off of injury. No Nick Chubb. I know Jerome Ford's a valid backup. They have that super strong defense with Myles Garrett rushing the passer and then JOK in the middle of the field. And you got that secondary that's coming together well. Some young guys really looking to make them names for themselves, and they have Denzel Ward leading the group. I think it's going to be a great game here. Very hard fought one, close throughout. But I am also on the Cowboys on the plus 120 money line. Shop that around. You can probably find a better price. I think CeeDee Lamb has a big game. He might go for 80 or 90 yards, have 8 or 9 receptions as well. I think Jake Ferguson has a solid game for the Dallas Cowboys. I think that the Cowboys are able to come out on top. Don't love the over here. I think they're two solid defenses. I'm eager to see how the Cowboys defense shuts down with Trayvon Diggs and Daron Bland leading the league in interceptions with all those pick sixes last year, able to shut down this Cleveland Browns offense. I got the Cowboys here. Give me them. Too good of a team to lose week one. They're going to start off 1-0. Great matchup, though. Mackey not here to toot his own horn. I think we'd be a sweep across the board with the Cowboys, but we'll do it for him.
Yeah, good stuff. Sadly, Mackey's not here today to, like Ace said, toot his own horn about those Cowboys. But we got some people in the chat saying, do you think the Steelers can pull it out with Fields instead of Russie here? Huff not with us right now, but Russ out with, I believe it's a shoulder.
Yeah, and whatever it is, I think this is just a facade to get Justin Fields into the backfield because he is the better-looking quarterback so far. I think Justin Fields, I was all about him signing with the Steelers. That was my favorite play. Then they went and got Russell Wilson, and he's a buy low candidate. You know, you got him for a cheap price. You might as well kick the tires to see what you got. It's no risk really at all. I think he can have that big arm and be decent, but then again, there's no great receiving core for the Steelers anymore. We're used to a great receiving core. Hopefully they can turn nothing into something with that what they always do in the wide receiver room. Roman Wilson, maybe he'll come on. Van Jefferson, nothing I love outside of Pickens. I think Pickens has a big year, but now he's going to see a lot of coverage too. That weak running back room, maybe it's a big Jalen Warren, Pat Freiermuth year, but I think Justin Fields is going to have to be the answer. With that weak O-line, I know you added more through the draft. You need Justin Fields to extend that pocket, extend the play, and do what he does best and get going on the ground. Maybe he finds Pater today. I think he gives them a better chance than Russell Wilson to win. I know Huff would disagree with me, but that might be some bias as that's his favorite team and favorite fan. But I like Russell Wilson being on the bench and Justin Fields being behind center today. I think it does give them a better chance, but that Atlanta offense, I know they could fall flat on their face, but they're primed for a big year in that weak NFC South. Let's see if they can put it all together with everything they brought in.
Here we got some stuff in the chat. Anthony coming in and say, I just got to say, Lamar Jackson. That's it.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, if he didn't miss Zay Flowers wide open in the end zone, then we would have been a little bit better. But
he's going off. Hold on, Ace. I don't know why Steelers fans even want Russ to start over Fields, except Huff.
Yeah, I don't either. Russell Wilson, maybe 10 years ago. What's he cooking? He's cooking slop. Justin Fields, a lot of youth in those legs. You know what else? Justin Fields still trying to make a name for himself that he's not that bust. I think he has a lot more juice in the tank. I'd fire him up. Much better play for these Steelers today. Gives him a better game against Atlanta. And you know what else? I think Justin Fields might show those Atlanta Falcons, maybe you should have paid me instead of Kirk Cousins, and he goes out and has a good game. I'm still in Atlanta here to win today, but I think that should be a good matchup.
Heck yeah. All right, continuing here. I think we got a couple messages to knock over.
Yeah, a couple about the survival pool here. If the Patriots win, many people will be knocked out of pools. I know a lot of people taking the Bengals. Tough survivor week. I went with the Bucks in my own pool. I went with the Chargers in my other. I'm in 2 survival pools. A lot of people going with the Bengals, but Jamar Chase iffy on a snap count if he isn't. T. Higgins out. Joe Burrow coming off of injury, a weak defense, a running back room led by Chase Brown and Zach Moss. I mean, this has the recipe for the New England Patriots at plus 320 to go in and steal this game. The Bengals historically start slow in week 1. I don't think you're going to see it on my card unless there's a half unit play, but there is definitely a chance the Patriots go and take this game from the Cincinnati Bengals. Huff is out golfing. Mackey's out of the podcast this week. They have the Bengals winning this AFC North. Craziness to me. They're going to be competing with the Pittsburgh Steelers for the bottom of the division. I think that the Patriots can go in and win that game today, and that's going to ruin a lot of these survival brackets. Like I said, I'm on the Bucs and the Chargers in my survival pools. Crazy week. Let me know who you guys took for survival because I don't think there's any give me picks.
Huffy, anything on that?
Yeah, Ace, I sent you my survival pick. It is on my card as well. I'm on Seattle -6, and
I love that play. Yeah, Seattle is probably the safest survival pick I think this week.
I just love that it's in Seattle, a rookie quarterback going into a tough place to play. I forget what it's called now, Lumen Field, but not an easy place to play.
The 12th man is going to have a good day against 24-year-old rookie Bo Nix. I think Sean Payton's going to be shaking his head a good bit. I'm not high on the Seahawks at all. I think the Seahawks missed the playoffs. I think Geno Smith last year as a starter is this year. I know he's a WVU guy, dog, all that stuff. His last year as a starter is this year with Seattle. They're going to miss the playoffs. They're going to come in last in the division too, but they are going to win this week over the Denver Broncos. Easy matchup.
Awesome. Couple more things here. Anthony coming in saying, give the ball to Fields, let him do his thing. Got to have a little trust. And he said, I'll still start the Falcons defense, which I don't blame you.
I did as well.
Thing.
Yeah.
A couple more things here. Somebody saying Fields a steal in DFS. And
probably really cheap in your DFS if you're trying to boost your lineup. I want to hear, if you have Justin Fields in your DFS, I really want to hear the rest of your lineup.
And then Viagra size middle finger. What about the Cowboys running game seems weak? As that was the last game we talked about. Anything on that, Ace?
Yeah, I mean, I think Zeke finds the end zone. I think Rico Dowdle actually looked good in sparing use last year with Tony Pollard looking weak. He runs angry. He kind of runs like Isaiah Pacheco. He's mad the whole time, so he's got the legs churning. Deuce Vaughn, and be interesting to see him get some touches. I don't even think Dalvin Cook's suiting up, but you got to think Zeke finds the end zone, right? They're going to feed Zeke week 1. He looked pretty good for the Patriots last year. I mean, middle of the road, but they're going to be getting the ball and moving through the air, so I don't think that's anything to worry about for Dallas.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's jump forward here. Our final game here, Sunday Night Football in Detroit. The Lions are the favorite here, 4.5 points for them. Total at a high 52.5 here for this week. Lions money line at -225. Rams money line at +185. Like I've been saying, it's about even money. 56% of the spread is on the Lions, and 87% of the money line is on the Lions as well. With that steep -225. Curious, Ace, what do you got here for this game? Sunday Night Football in Detroit. Going to be our first Sunday Night Football of the year.
Yeah, waiting for Carrie Underwood to be on my screen. I'll tell you that one. Viagra says middle finger. That's his favorite player in the NFL is Carrie Underwood. So, that's the ringtone on his phone, I believe, as well. She's got a new rendition for us this year, so we're excited to see that and excited to see a little intro. Waiting all day for Sunday night. I know we got some great games before it, but yeah. What a matchup. Let's talk about the schedule makers real quick. They gave us Ravens and Chiefs. They gave us Packers and Eagles. Now we get Lions and Rams. Matt Stafford making his Detroit homecoming once again. Tomorrow night we got Niners and Jets. It's just amazing primetime football. You can't go wrong with any of it. But this game is going to be a great one. I'm not taking a side in this one. I know people have the Lions to win their division, win the NFC, win the Super Bowl. Well, they couldn't win the second half against the Niners last year, so that made me lose my confidence. But Dan Campbell built a great team, great culture out there. You have the two-headed snake with Montgomery and Gibbs. I think DeMont finds the end zone for sure. I think Gibbs has a big day on the ground. He might as well. I think both at running backs get in for that team, especially without Aaron Donald. That's a big, big, big thing to watch here for the Rams. How are they able to defend the run and rush the passer without the two-time defensive player of the year in Aaron Donald? I think both running backs get in. I think Goff throws one to Laporta. A lot of people talk about this Jameson Williams breakout here with the Lions this year. I think it's going to be a lot of Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's going to be a target hog. Look for his reception prop to go over, receiving yards and catches. I think the people who find the end zone, though, are Gibbs, Montgomery, and Laporta. That's 21 points. They kick a field goal. That's 24. I think there's going to be 24 points for that team. I think the Rams only find the end zone twice. it's going to be Kyron, and then you got to flip a coin if it's going to be Cup or Nakua. I think it's going to be Cup, though. I think coming off of the injury, he's healthy now. He's going to find the end zone, a great red zone target as well. Maybe you see a little bit of Tyler Higbee. I don't even know if they have any other competition there. I don't think Blake Corum is a threat to Kyron Williams. I think Kyron Williams is a top 10, top 7 running back in the NFL. I got Kyron Williams and Cooper Kupp getting in 2 field goals. I think Sean McVay and the boys lose 24-20. If you give Stafford a chance at the end, though, he can steal that game. So it's going to be interesting to watch. I think both quarterbacks will be efficient. Using their good targets that they got. I'm just not nervous about this Rams defense. I don't know how much faith I have in them, but if that Lions team gets going early and the run gates are wide open, then they can get the play action going too. It could be a blowout in the Lions' favor. But yeah, I think both running backs find pay dirt for the Lions. Going to be a great Sunday night football game, though. Hopefully, Matty Stafford can keep it close because his defense is not going to be doing it for him.
Yeah, for myself personally, I don't have any play on this Sunday night football game yet, but still got to look. We still got time, right? I'm not sure if Huff is around. This might be him. Yep, Huff. What do you think about here this Sunday night football game, Rams and Lions in Detroit?
Yeah, I'm big on the Lions in this game. I think they'll come out. We've seen this matchup before with the Rams Lions. They're going to love to bring up, Jared Goff, Matt Stafford. They each played for these teams. They were traded for each other. I love the Lions in this spot, and I'm big on this Rams team coming into this year. I think the Lions will handle business at home. Dan Campbell's going to have the boys ready to go. I'm big on that offense. Laporta, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs. Obviously, they still have David Montgomery up there. I'm big on the Lions today. I have them as the win in our parlay. We'll get to that in a little bit, but I don't know if I love the 3.5 points. I don't know if I'm going to touch the spread, but I'm big on the Lions to get a win today.
Awesome
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one. Like you said, Laporta, Montgomery, Gibbs, those are my touchdown picks for the Lions. And on the other side, I got Kupp and Kyron if you're looking to do it. I think Nakua and Kupp hit their reception prop over. I think Amon-Ra also does the same. So those are my plays on that game. You can just see how this Lions defense comes around because it started playing a little bit stronger towards the end of the year last year. Eden Hutchinson kind of in the conversation for Defensive Player in the Year. I think he's a little bit on the outside of it, but maybe he's able to make some noise with Matt Stafford, a non-mobile QB in week 1.
Heck yeah. All right, a couple questions here. Somebody asking, should I start Collins or Diggs? I assume in fantasy.
I'm going to go with Stephon Diggs. You don't pay Stephon Diggs that money after he was complaining with Josh Allen to come down to Houston and not get the rock. He's going to get the ball in week 1. I think he's going to get a touchdown, maybe 2, go for 100. I think he's going to have a big game. I think he has a big game and proves his point that I'm a top receiver in the league. I'm not just a diva. I'm not a Josh Allen merchant. I'm a good player, and CJ Stroud's going to help him be that guy.
And we have some news here. With Fields, you can get Hill, Jefferson, Pickens at wide receiver, Rashard White, and Kamara at running back. I believe it's same person that said Fields is steal in DFS.
Yeah, so that's interesting. I kind of want to look at this DFS today because I want to see this board with you. Let's see. I don't have it up. We'll just go off the dome here. Kind of crazy that you're doubling down on Pickens and Fields. I know you're looking for that connection, but if you're going with Fields as your value play, stay away from the rest of that game because I think it's going to be a low-scoring game with those two defenses. Bring Fields in as your value play. Get Hill, get Jefferson, then go pay for someone else that's going to be in a shootout. Maybe you can find someone in that Bills-Cardinals game. Maybe you can find someone in that Jaguars-Dolphins game. Maybe you go Hill and Waddle. You really roll the dice there with that double stack. Then on the other side, I like Rashad White to play. If you can find some better value from somebody else who on a team that runs the ball a bit more, maybe you go with Kenneth Walker against those Broncos. I think that might not be bad. I like Kamara a lot. I love that pick there. I think he finds the end zone as well. So not a bad lineup, but like I said, be wary if you're double stacking a low-scoring game with that Steelers team.
Heck yeah. All right, a couple more things to go through before we get on out of here. Our team parlay here this week coming in at plus 228. We have Marvin Harrison Jr., 4+ receiving yards, Bills money line, Lions money line, and Tyreek Hill, 70+ receiving yards.
It's actually 4+ receptions there for Marvin Harrison.
What did I say?
4 receiving yards. I mean, I hope he gets at least 4 receiving yards. That would be the lock of the century if we got good value on that.
I was fucking reading the last one when I was reading the first one. All right, all good. But we will make sure we tweet that out and post that on our Instagram. So make sure you stay tuned for that. As well as our mortar locks. Ace, you want to give off your mortar lock?
Yeah, so I actually went with a crazy one here. I went with Joe Mixon. I think I'm the only one on the podcast with a plus money play as my lock for the week. Joe Mixon, new toy, new running back, got to get in the end zone here. I know that Colts defense can be stout. I know it's a divisional game. I'm going to go with Joe Mixon getting the end zone. Also here to answer a question real quick, you said Darnold instead with Jefferson. Interesting. Darnold's probably going to throw an interception today. They should get the win. I'm going to go with no. Don't double stack with Darnold. Fields at least can get you those rushing yards too if you're really playing the value. If not, go get a better quarterback than both of them. You want to get a better quarterback in week 1.
Here, Ace, we got a couple more here. We got Collins or Diggs. Your brother asking Dowdley or Zeke in fantasy here.
Rico Dowdle or Ezekiel Elliott? That's the question to be answered by a lot of people. I think Rico Dowdle, if you're going for value on the yardage and the carries. I think Ezekiel Elliott, if you're chasing that touchdown. Roll up Zeke, roll him out week 1. Get him feeding himself in the feed. We're feeding ourselves a way to knock over the mic. But yeah, I'm going to go with Ezekiel Elliott here. I think he finds the end zone. I don't like either one. If you can find anybody else outside of them, play them because that Browns defense is pretty good.
Heck yeah. All right, let's keep going here. You said your mortal lock is Mixon, anytime touchdown there, plus 125. Not a bad play at all for myself. I'm going with the Jaguars and the Dolphins over 48.5.
Love that.
And Huff, do you want to read yours?
I don't know if anyone – I was going to say, I don't know if anyone read mine yet. I think I already mentioned it. Bears-Titans first half under 22.5. Hopping back on my first half unders. Love these bets. 2 offenses that are very young. I think they're, new head coach in Tennessee. Obviously, we know all the new in Chicago with the quarterback and all the skill players all around on the offense. Give me the first half to start slow and go under 22.5 points.
Yeah, I mean, I like that pick by Huff there because, like you said, those offenses are young. They should take a while to get going. Only thing that scares me is broken plays with these bad defenses, but they should be fine. Blindly tail that to Huff. He's been so successful on those first half unders. I'm not an under better myself. I know it's hard. A lot of people, too, don't want to admit it. I only bet the over. Well, if you want to make some money, maybe you just tail this guy's under because last year was hitting at above 75% clip. But Jesse, read us here Mackey's final lock of the week for us.
Yes, let's read Mackey's here. He has Octane anytime touchdown plus 120. I know we already hinted at that one here earlier in the episode, but not a bad play. I like that for Mackey.
Yeah, expect a lot of points. Got to hope he gets in and Mostert because I think Mostert definitely gets in. I like that one a little bit more, but Shane probably a little bit better value.
Heck yeah. Well, lots of good stuff today here on the live stream. Anthony saying Huff loves the first half under. Huff does love the first half under more than any other bet that I've ever seen him play. That is definitely his most favorable, if you will. But anything else you want to touch on here, Ace, before we get out of here? We had a pretty great first live stream here of the NFL season for week 1.
No, I'm just excited for this one. Like I said, I'm calling the Patriots win here on the money line. I don't know if I can card it, though, but I'm calling it right now. Plus 320, Jacoby Brissett. It's more so of the downfalls of the Bengals. I know it's a rookie head coaching debut. I know it's a really inexperienced Patriots team. That's why it's probably not going to be on my card, but it's a good dart throw. A couple other things. There's some value touchdowns I like around the league you can look into. You maybe like at a Bo Nix, maybe like to run one in. I don't think they're going to score very much at all. It would have to be him. I think Mike Evans might find the end zone. It's a lot of different ones I'm looking at. A first touchdown for some of these new guys, maybe a Mixon first touchdown. Kamara to get in. I love that one, like we said. It's going to be a great day, though. Excited to see these new rookies in the league, too. Excited to see a lot of new guys moving around the league. I'm excited to see these Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr., he's going to be a future Hall of Famer. Hasn't even stepped foot on the field. I'm telling you now, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame like his dad. He's going to have a great year. It's going to be a great season. We're back. Get your picks in. Lock them in. Stay tuned to our socials. We're going to post all of our cards. We got the 1 o'clock slate, the 4 o'clock slate, and then the Monday night game. So make sure you check all of them. Tracking our units. All the boys are positive to start the year. Jesse, Huff, and I over a unit. Mackey just sitting even at 0-0 with a pending on the Bengals play, though. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's going to be a good day, though.
Heck yeah, it's going to be a great day. Like Ace said, make sure you check out our Twitter and Instagram for all our picks here today on NFL Week 1, Sunday Week 1. Definitely starting out with the 1 o'clock plays here, moving forward to the 4 o'clock plays and getting those Sunday Night Football plays in to finish out the day. That's all I got. Huff on the golf course. Hopefully he's playing well. I don't think we'll see him here between now and the end of the episode, but that's all I got. Anything else said, Ace?
Hit the books. Let's go.
Awesome. Good stuff. See you guys next time.